My dear children, today I will tell you a story. It is not a fairy tale, nor about kings and castles. It is about a woman who struggled, yet never gave up. A woman who teaches us that kindness and courage can change even the darkest nights into mornings of hope. So, listen carefully, because maybe, just maybe, you will see a part of yourself in her story. Part 1, The Struggle. Once upon a time, in a small town in America, there lived a woman named Emily. Emily was not rich. She was not famous. She was just like many others, an ordinary woman with an extraordinary burden. She worked 2 jobs, one at a grocery store and another cleaning offices at night. Why? Because she was a single mother of 2 children, Lily and Ben. Life was never easy for Emily. Every morning, she would wake up before the sun, prepare breakfast with whatever little she had, and whisper to her children, "One day, things will be better." But often, when the children went to sleep, she sat alone by the window, counting coins, paying bills, and silently wiping her tears. Her neighbors saw her rushing every day, tired but never complaining. Some judged her, some ignored her. Very few truly noticed the silent storm inside her heart. Part 2, The First Act of Kindness. One cold evening, after finishing her night shift, Emily walked home in the snow. She had no warm coat, only a thin jacket. Suddenly, she saw an old man shivering at the bus stop. He looked homeless, with worn-out shoes and a weak smile. Most people passed him by. But Emily, she stopped. She had nothing much, but she opened her bag, pulled out her only scarf, and wrapped it around the old man. "Here," she said softly, "this will keep you warm." The man looked at her with tears in his eyes. "Why would you help me, child? You look like you need help yourself." Emily smiled faintly. "Because one day, someone may help my children when I cannot." She walked away, not knowing that this single act of kindness would change her life forever. Part 3, The Unexpected Twist. The next morning, while serving customers at the grocery store, Emily heard her manager call her name. "Emily, someone is here to see you." She turned, and there stood the same old man from the bus stop, only he was no longer dressed in rags. He wore a neat coat, stood tall, and looked different. Emily was shocked. The man smiled warmly. "You don't recognize me, do you?" She hesitated. You were at the bus stop last night." "Yes," he nodded. "But I am not who you think I am. My name is Mr. Harrison. I own several businesses in this town. Last night, I was testing something, to see if kindness still exists in this world. And you, my dear, showed me it does." Emily was speechless. Part 4, The Offer. Mr. Harrison continued, "You gave away your only scarf, when you barely had anything for yourself. That kind of heart is rare. Tell me, Emily, what is your biggest struggle?" Emily hesitated, ashamed to speak of her pain. But finally, with trembling lips, she said, "I just want my children to grow up without hunger. That's all." The man's eyes softened. He reached into his pocket, handed her a card, and said, "Come see me tomorrow. I think I can help." Emily almost thought it was a dream. Part 5, The New Beginning. The next day, Emily visited his office. To her surprise, Mr. Harrison offered her a stable job with better pay, flexible hours, and even support for her children's schooling. At first, Emily refused. "I don't want pity," she whispered. But Mr. Harrison shook his head gently. "This is not pity. This is recognition. You are hardworking, honest, and selfless. People like you deserve a chance." Tears rolled down Emily's cheeks as she accepted the offer. Part 6, The Emotional Climax. Months passed. Emily's life began to change. Lily and Ben had new clothes, healthy meals, and could finally attend school without worry. But the most beautiful moment came on Christmas Eve. Emily returned home from work to find her children had decorated their small home with paper stars and candles. Lily hugged her tightly and said, "Mom, you're our hero. Santa didn't bring us gifts, but you gave us everything." Emily broke down, holding her children close. She realized that her real wealth was not money, but love, resilience, and the kindness she shared with the world. Part 7, The Lesson. As time went by, Emily not only built a better life for her family but also began helping others. She remembered those days of hunger and despair, so she volunteered at shelters, donated food, and offered jobs to struggling mothers whenever she could. Her story became an inspiration in the town. People would often say, "If Emily can rise from nothing with kindness, so can we." Conclusion. And so, my dear children, Grandma's voice softens. Emily's story teaches us something precious. Struggle is real, yes. Life can be cruel. But when you hold kindness in your heart, even in the darkest times, miracles can happen. Remember, you never know whose life you might change with a small act of compassion. Emily gave away a scarf, and received a future. So, no matter how hard your life may be, don't stop being kind. Because kindness always comes back, sometimes in ways you can't even imagine.